carry here for Kaneng Nwangu. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down. This defense for the Cards very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Let's go, defense. Hey, man up. Second 60.
Looking to throw. Banks. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
From the gun on 3rd down. Banks. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
And this kick will be touchdown as they spot it inside the 45-yard line.
At their own 42-yard line.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 42.
Swim.
Here's a run on 1st down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard. 2nd and 11.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. And again this time to the tailback. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
On 3rd down, it's Nash, and able to pick up the 1st across midfield to the 47.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now, 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a 1st down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
On 1st down, Thomas. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. They're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
And time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 36. Play fake. Murray. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, And then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
Here we go.
Same result as last play, 14 yards and another first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
So first and goal from the 9-yard line. And he'll give it here to his running back. And they get him down at the 1. He had the broken tackle, but ultimately could not get into the end zone. A good pickup there, 7 yards, and it's going to be second and goal now. Here's Thomas. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Touchdown, Cardinals. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals have taken the early lead. Zerline good with a PAT, and that makes the score 7-0.
7, Vikings nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
I got him. Hey, 25.
Looking to throw on second down. Banks. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Now keep in mind, they did have 3 interceptions last week. Couldn't quite come up with a first quarter pick that time.
But they had to like what they saw in terms of reacting when the ball is thrown. We had an expression when I played. It was called break on it. Every time the quarterback puts the ball in the air, break on the football. Go make a play and accumulate those interceptions.
Former defensive back. You remember those 3 interception games. It can be contagious, give you a little momentum.
They really can, and it doesn't matter whether it's one person or if you spread them across your entire defense. Everybody wants a piece of that pie.
60 Bison. 60 Bison. Switch. 19 Lion.
From the gun on third down. Banks. And that will be incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
The Vikings send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Cardinal offense. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much. Don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best, and don't worry about the rest of it.
On play action, it's Murray. And he's got the hook up to Moore. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and 5 at their 49-yard line.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
7, Vikings nothing.
Second and 5. Here's Murray. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 40.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10, right at the 40. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football. They just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Now listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state, and other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Second and 6.
We got 25 to make. Come on.
play fake. Banks. That's to Dalvin Cook, his running back. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
Set. 60 Eagles. 60 Eagles.
I got you. He's crashing. He's checking crash.
60 Eagles. 60 Eagles. Ready, go.
They go play action here on first down. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. Tristan Vizcaino for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback. And they'll begin at the 25. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Play action. Now it's Murray. And this is incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Murray now to throw. Able to find Isabella. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Murray's throw here into the hands of Moore. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Murray to air it out again. Gets this one to Morris.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
This has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And the Cardinals are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. A great play there with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Cardinals have taken the lead. Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7.
14, Vikings 7.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw again. Banks. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Safe, safe, safe.
18, Pioneers.
At 25 to Mike. We're going 25 to Mike.
Back to throw. Banks. And this pass broken up. Now the contact well timed there, and now 4th down. The Vikings send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And with a 14-7 lead, they might just be happy to take this thing on into the tunnel. Throwing on first down. Thomas eluding the pressure right. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked up by Nick Bolton. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Thought he had the pick. Flag comes in for PI, so cancel it out.
Interference. Oh, a killer for them. Thought they had a nice play. Instead, they'll be marching off yardage against them.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45.
Kill, kill, kill. Kill, kill, kill. Kill.
Now Murray off play action. Flush to his right. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Here we go, let's bring it. Go, 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 go. Let's bring it. 6 guys. Check 6.
Murray now. Throwing left side, it's complete. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Looking to throw. Thomas dancing to his left. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
2nd and 6.
Oh, you got D? 57. Mike, 57. Get that quarterback and out. Jump forward.
Murray going to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
Ready? Mike, 54. Let's go. Right there, 54.
To throw is Thomas. To throw on third down. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. That pick hurts a little extra because it was third down. You were already in field goal range.
You know what he's going to hear all night, all next week? Situational football. Understand what's going on, because you expressed it perfectly. 3 points were in their hip pocket. They had those. Now those went by the wayside. You cannot make those kind of mistakes.
What you call a rookie mistake. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
They're going for Jefferson downfield. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Cardinals out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. The Cards with the lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, in the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. Nash, he gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back. Can see this quite a bit on running plays with the guys out wide. A lot of times, though, it doesn't get caught.
You're exactly right, because it's away from the play usually, so a lot of it goes undetected. But I know this will surprise you. I coached some receivers in the offseason. We worked a lot on hand placement and blocking downfield. You don't want to take that.
Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Then Xavier Woods with a pick. And the Vikings are going to take over here up near the 40. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind. And we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
I'm here all day. I'm here all day.
trying to fire up that running game with Dalvin Cook. Dodges him at the 50, and he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in the game.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Looking here for Smith downfield. And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points. And the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down.
Check the backer, check the backer.
Back to throw. Banks. And that almost intercepted. Oh, they would have loved to have their first pick of the game right there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now, 14-10. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They force the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back after and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. To throw is Murray. Throw left side, complete to Isabella. And he'll be stopped right at midfield.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that. And that's what he did. On
second down now. It's Nash, and running with power here. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 74 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
First down, Arizona.
Now Thomas on 1st and 10. He finds his man complete. That's Morris. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up for the 1st and goal.
Throwing on 1st down is Murray. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. And again this time to the tailback. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
Partner, it's been my experience that after 2 stops like that near the goal line, defenses only become bolder. They don't back off at all. I think they continue to bring pressure and force them to make a really big play against them.
And the incompletion, then the run for no gain. Let's see now. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. That ball complete to Isabella. Touchdown! Andy Isabella, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cardinals will extend their lead. Zuerlein now for the PAT. It's good, and it's 21-10.
Makes the score Cardinals 21, Vikings 10.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out.
They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Boy, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. He had his eyes on the end zone once he hit the secondary, but they're finally able to slow him down.
Yeah, and I've got to look at this one from the defensive point of view. You just mentioned finally able to slow him down. They've got to figure out a way to make that at the point of attack, at the line of scrimmage, because once he gets through, he's shredding them.
To throw, it's Murray. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Cardinals turning that interception into a touchdown. Zuerlein good with a PAT. And the lead is up to 18 now.
28, Vikings 10.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taken in at the 3. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42. Great return.
We all know the teams never want to use the word panic. But if they expect to win this game, it has to start right here, right now. That return just set them up for points, and it needs to be a touchdown, not a field goal.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And
it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. Sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money.
And I'm telling you, nothing will light up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
And that throw, amazingly, well over 70 yards in the air, according to Next Gen Stats. Wow. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll keep it on the ground. Nash. He'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. Throw left side complete. That's Nash. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Fielded at the 33. 31 yards on the punt there. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a two-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. On first down, Banks taking a shot here for Marshall. And it's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Well, certainly not on their side offensively. They had to take some chances, but that interception will further hinder their already slim chance at victory.
Yeah, and you're talking about time not on their side, but it certainly is on the defense.
And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. And Xavier Woods with a pick, and he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Well, he went on the move there and started rolling out. I thought there was a window, but that window closed quickly, intercepted.
And sometimes, despite how big your arm talent is, you don't get enough on a throw when you're on the move as opposed to setting your feet and stepping into one. That may have been the case there, and the defense certainly benefited.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. So from inside the 20, here's first and 10 at the 18.
First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Looking to throw. Banks. This throw caught right around the 6. And the Vikings are going to have a first and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
First and goal at the 5-yard line.
They'll run with Cook. A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be second and goal.
Brought down just shy of the goal line. A 4-yard gain brings up second and goal.
Again, it's Cook. Now he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Dalvin Cook, his second touchdown on the season. And the Vikings have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Point after, right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Man, if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping Chili on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. Because if there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
Rush in! Rush in! Rush in!
Looking to throw again on second down. Murray, this one caught by Isabella.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on first and second downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
On first and 10, here's Murray. He finds his man complete. It's Moore. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football.
What?
Here's Murray from midfield. He finds his man, complete. It's Nash. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
On second down, it's Nash, and he'll get it down on the play to the 37.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now, I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Being chased out left. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the fourth quarter.
We're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Come on.
They'll run on 1st down. Nash. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
57's the mic. Watch 57.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. 2nd and 5 now. Thomas, he's going to flip one out here to his running back. Touchdown, Cardinals! A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Cardinals are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the fourth quarter. Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage.
Vikings 23.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Let's go.
At their own 24-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. Definitely desperation time. This just looks like, hey, throw it down there, hope that your guy can make a play.
You want him to make a play, but if not, maybe you get a pass interference call, and you know in the NFL, that's a spot foul. You get all of that yardage. That would be a big play.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Banks. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Banks. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it. Let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Murray's going to look to throw this thing. He'll buy some time right. He finds his man complete. That's Nash. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Well, a clear running situation. Try to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit him over the top.
On 3rd down, it's Nash. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the 1st down. Close it out.
So it's a win here for the Arizona Cardinals, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words